Hello to everybody students, welcome to our English class. Today we are going to deal with the new topic from our 10th class English textbook, that is from the 8th unit children. I have mentioned the unit name 8, so the complete 8th unit is dealing with the human rights children. So the human rights. So the people who are born in this world, all human beings are born free children. Okay, so every people have born freely and they have equal dignity and rights. Every people should have the equal dignity and rights, whoever it may be, whether it may be the person, a male child, a male person or a female woman. Okay, for whomever it may be, everybody should have the equal rights. That is called the human rights children. So the person who are living with all the person who are living with the freedom and having equal dignity and rights, that is the human rights. So based upon these human rights, we are going to have one new topic, that is the 8th unit, reading C part children. The name of that lesson is nothing but here, what is my name? What is my name? That means a woman is there who don't know her name. Okay, she has forgot her identity. To get her identity, how she has been working hard. Okay, how she has been worked hard, how she has been quarreled with the family members. Let us see in our lesson. Okay, now see here. So introduction part of this lesson is given children here in the page number 239. Okay, page number 239. Everybody should have to open the page number 239. You will be finding our lesson, what is my name here. Introduction part children. Before going to start our story, we had some introduction part. Let us see. Have you noticed how your father calls your mother? So many questions are kept here. Okay. So our author P. Satyavati, a female narrator. Okay, a female author also we can tell. So she is putting many questions. Have you noticed how your father calls your mother? Suppose if you are belonging to Hindu community, your father will be calling to your mother as Amoy. Okay, or he will be calling with the nicknames, whatever the name she had. No, instead of using that name, he will be calling with another name. Okay, so in that way. Now second question, does he use her name or not? No. Okay, so the father is not going to use. Mostly nowadays, mostly in olden days, in previous days, not olden days also children, in previous days people used to call with the nicknames or they used to keep some other names children, but along with that name which was kept by their parents. Okay, the woman parent, what they have kept their name, no, with that name no husband used to call to his wife here. How do the neighbors address her? Okay, so have you gone through how your mother is going to be addressed? Okay, suppose your father is a doctor. Okay, they will call you Mr. Rajesh. Okay, Dr. Rajesh wife, please come here, Dr. Rajesh wife. Okay, or else Mr. Gopal's wife, please come here. So in that way they will be calling. Who are calling? Your neighbors. Now, does anyone address her by name? Okay, rarely children, rarely after getting married. So the woman doesn't call with her exact name. What about your grandmother? What your grandmother? The grandmother is Kodalamma, Kodalpilla, okay, Kodala. In that way they will be calling children. Right. Now, in this story, P. Satyavati, so the narrator of this lesson, P. Satyavati, describing how a woman forgets her own name since no one addresses her by name. So, after the marriage, when she comes to the in-laws home, when a woman comes after the marriage to the in-laws home, how she has forgotten her name. Okay, that was seen in this lesson. How does a woman gain her identity? How she has got her name written back? By name, by marriage, by motherhood, by education, by profession, or by anything else. So how she is going to get her own identity when she has her own name after the marriage? How she is going to be called when she becomes mother, when she is a educated lady, or when she has a good profession in her hand, or else Read the story keeping this question in mind. So you should have to keep in mind how a woman is going to get her identity. That only we are going to see here. So for this, all the questions which are present in the textbook, you will be having the answers in our story, children. Let us start our story here. Now, see here, everybody should have to look into the picture. So now, a woman is there. Her name is not mentioned here. This lady is quarreling to know her identity. Okay, mostly she is involved. Mostly she is involved daily in having the rangolis or muggus in her in front of her home, and the husband calling with some other names like that. Okay, children. Now let us start here. A young woman, before being a housewife, means before going to marry, how is she a woman? She is the educated one and cultured. Cultured means whatever the traditions, okay, whatever the rules followed by their family members. Okay, so she is the educated and she is the cultured and intelligent. Okay, intelligent means so most of the girls, when we are comparing with the boys, girls are very intelligent girls and capable. Capable means so presenting in all the cases. Present. Okay, raising the hand in all the cases. Capable. Quick-witted. Quick-witted is nothing but immediately, if we ask any questions to them, they will be very surely ready to give the answers with a sense of humor and elegance. With a sense of humor is nothing but they used to laugh, they used to smile anytime, they used to keep the smiling face anytime, and elegance. Elegance is nothing but they are very smart or stylish in manner. They are very stylish in the manner also. When we are comparing with the boys, women are very elegant. Okay, that means they had one type of quality to be very stylish and well mannered. Now, second paragraph, children. Falling for her beauty and intelligence as all the dowry which her father offered, a young man ties the 3 sacred knots around her neck, and the housewife made her the housewife to a household and said to her. Okay, so falling for her beauty. So every male person will be falling upon the beauty of the woman if he likes. When we are fixing a match towards a man and a woman, if they agree to marry, they will marry by seeing their intelligence, by seeing the intelligence of the woman, and by seeing their dowry which was given by her father. Okay, they began to, what they will do, they will arrange one marriage. In the marriage, what they will do, they just to perform tying the knots. Okay, tying the knots is nothing but whenever you are tying the knot, thread, okay, tie the 3 sacred knots around her neck. Okay, Mangala Sutram you tell no children in Telugu, that one. Okay, next one. So when he brings that lady to his house, he tells that, look, Ammadu. Okay, he is not calling with her name. The husband is not calling with the real name. Look, Ammadu, this is your home. This is your home. From today onwards, you are going to live in this home. Then the housewife immediately pulled the end of her saree and tucked it in at the waist and swept the entire house and decorated the floor with Mughal designs. So after hearing the words from this, okay, what her husband has told, Ammadu, this is your house. By hearing that, she began to do the work. So she has tucked her saree in the waist. Okay, this is called the waist, children, right? Ladies, mostly after the marriage, the woman used to wear the saree. So she has tucked her saree in the waist and she began to swab. Swab is nothing but cleaning the floor, children. Cleaning the floor with water. Okay, cleaning the floor with water. Okay, alkadam, children. Alkadam, right? So the entire house was cleaned and decorated with Mughal designs. Mughal is nothing but a rangoli, children, right? Now, the young man promptly praised her work. The young man promptly praised her work. So her husband used to praise by seeing her work. That means a wife's work. What he used to tell? You are dexterous at swabbing the floor. Dexterous is nothing but you are very skillful. That means so you have well known how to clean the floor. Even more dexterous in drawing the muggos. You are very so skillful. You are so expert in cleaning the floor and drawing the muggulu. Muggulu means rangolis. Now, he tells her, Sabash, keep it up. Sabash is nothing but one praising word. Okay, mostly we are using these praising words in Hindu religious or in some other religious people. What they are telling, they are just telling, Sabash, keep it up. He said it in English. Okay, so mostly these words told in which language? In English only. Sabash, giving her at a pat on the shoulder in appreciation. That means he began to appreciate to his wife only by patting, not beating repeatedly, loudly, slowly patting. Okay, like this. Okay, Sabash is telling. Now, overjoyed, the housewife began living with swabbing as the chief mission in her life. Now she has decided to do the same work continuously. Okay, daily in the morning. She scrubbed the house spotlessly clean at all times and beautifully decorated it with the multicolored designs. She scrubbed. Scrubbing is nothing but rubbing, children. Whenever you are washing the clothes, you just scrub the cloth. No? In the same way, here she is scrubbing the floor spotlessly. That means without any dirtiness seen on the floor, she began to clean the floor completely, and she began to decorate with the multicolored designs. Okay. So the floor in the house was being colored with the multiple designs. That's how her life went on. So in that way, her life began to continue with a sumptuous and ceaseless supply of swabbing cloth and muggu basket. So in the same way, daily getting up in the morning, cleaning the swabbing the floor, and she used to keep the muggus and she used to do the household works only. But so how this situation has happened now? Now one doubt was raised in her mind. What is that what is that doubt? So after few days, that means after few days, some doubts was raised. One doubt was raised in her mind. What is that doubt? Let us see here. But one day, while scrubbing the floor, when she was scrubbing the floor, the housewife suddenly asked herself, okay, the girl, the woman who has came after the marriage, she did not recognize her name. Okay, so after the marriage, she has got one doubt. What is my name? So the main topic has came now, children, here our lesson. What is that? What is my name? See, this doubt was raised in whose mind? That woman's mind. Okay, the housewife's mind. In the mind of the housewife, this question was raised. What is my name? That means she began to raise this question. She wanted to know her identity. So how she has got struggles, let us see here. The query shook her up. Okay, so the query is nothing but one doubt was shook her up, leaving the mopping cloth and the muggu basket there itself. She stood near the window, scratching her head, lost in thoughts. Okay, when she was washing the clothes. When she was washing the clothes, she left the washing the cloth and stopped having the muggus in the floor. She began to scratching her head and lost in thoughts. What is my name? What is my name? The house across the road carried a name board. Okay, so whatever the house is present, she began to see from the opposite side. In the opposite side, she has seen one board. What is that board? What is that? Name was mentioned in the board means Mrs. M. Subhashini. Okay, Mrs. M. Suhasini, M.A. PhD, Principal, ex-college. That means along with her name, initial was mentioned and her profession was also mentioned and her education qualification was also mentioned in the board, children. Right? So she has raised her doubt. Right? What is her name? In the same way, she used to have the same board in front of the home. Now, let us see here. Yes, she too had a name as her neighbor had. Neighbor did. Okay, so yes, she too had a name as her neighbor did. So now she has got one thought. Okay, how the neighbor had that name? No, I may be having some name, I think so. How could I forget like that? In my scrubbing zeal, I have forgotten my name. So how could I forget my name? I was just continuously engaged in doing the work only. In that work, I have forgotten my name. What shall I do now? Okay, so what shall I do now? She is not asking to others. She is putting the question to herself only. The housewife was perturbed. Perturbed means disturbed, children. Okay, perturbed. Perturbed. bed. Perturb means getting disturbed. 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 Now she has got disturbed to get her name. Her maid became totally restless. Her mind, children. Her mind became totally restless. When we are very free, our mind will be very peaceful. But when we have many doubts in our mind, then our mind will become very restless, no children. In the same way, here the woman's mind also has become very restless. For what purpose? She wanted to know her identity. She wanted to know what is her name. Somehow she finished her daubing for the day. daubing. Daubing. The meaning was given in the glossary. Daubing is nothing but the act of spreading a substance such as mud thickly. She began to what she has done. However, she finished her daubing for the day. So whatever the work was there to do, no, after getting early in the morning, cleaning the floor, everything she has completed very soon. Meanwhile, after some time, the maid servant arrived. After some time, the maid servant, the one of the worker in the house, she has entered into the house, hoping at least she would remember the housewife asked her. Okay, so she is feeling that the housewife is thinking that at least the home servant might have known my name. I will ask to her, she thought, and she began to ask her name. Now, look, Ammai. Okay, Ammai is nothing but the name of the we are calling for the girls, Ammai. Look, Ammai, do you know my name? Do you know my name? She is asking. What is it, Amma? How the reply has came here from the maid servant. The maid servant told that when she heard the question from her owner, she has given the reply. In what way? What is it, Amma? Said the girl. The girl told that. What is it, Amma? What do we have to do with names of mistress? Okay, what shall we do with the names of our mistress? We no need to call the names of the mistress. Mistress is nothing but the wives of the mister. Okay, mister opposite is a mistress. Feminine gender of mister is mistress, children. Mistress. Now you are only a mistress to us. Okay, so I don't want to know your name. You are just for me a mistress. You are the owner to us. The mistress of such and such a wide storied house. Ground floor means you. Okay. So you are the complete building's owner. We will not call you with your name, she has told. Yes, true. Of course. How can you know? Poor thing. Yes, no, she has got realizing. Okay, the housewife is getting realizing. What is that? She is thinking that how we will. So maid servant will call with for the owners with their names. Thought the housewife. Now, the children came home from school for lunch in the afternoon. So during the afternoon time, the children who went to the school for the studying, they have arrived their home during the afternoon time. At least the children might remember my name. She thought that the children might have remembered her name. The housewife hoped. That means she has kept some hope upon the children. Look here, children, do you know my name? She asked. Okay, look here, children. That means she is putting the question to her own children. What she is asking? Okay, look here, children, do you know my name? Now they were taken aback. So when they are eating, no. So during the time they have turned back and they have told that you are Amma. Okay, you are Amma. Amma is nothing but mother. Okay, your name is Amma only. Yes or no? It is very humorous to listen or not, children? Yes, it is very humorous to listen. What is that? No child will be calling to their mother with their names. They just call with as Amma, Mom. Okay, in that way they will call. So ever since we were born, we have known only this. The letters that come are only in father's name. Okay. So from when we have born, so the time since when we have born, no, from that time onwards we have came to know that the name has came. Okay. We know just only the name of our father because everyone calls him by his name. We know his name. Okay, you never told us your name. Just we don't know your name, Amma. We just call you Amma only. But our father used to, we know our father's name. Why? Because whoever the people arrives to our home, they just call our father with their name. We know his name. We know his name, but we don't know your name. You don't ever get letters addressed to your name, the children said plainly. Okay, the children has told very plainly. What? Till now we did not see the letters of your name. Plainly they have given the reply. Yes, who will write letters to me? Who will write letters to me? That means letter writing is nothing but who will write the letter to me, in the sense no one will write the letters. If anyone writes the letters, means that the postman will bring the letter to that person only. In that letter also you will be finding their name. So she is thinking that after the marriage no one is there for me to write the letters. She is putting the question here. Father and mother are there, but they only make phone calls once in a month or two. Okay, father and mother are there. They just to make a phone calls once or twice in 1 month. She is giving the reply. Even my sisters are immersed with swabbing their houses. So their sisters, it may be younger or elder sisters, what they used to do after the marriage, they too doing the same duty what I am performing in my home. Even if they met me in some marriage or kumkum ceremony, they chatted away their time talking about new mugulu or new dishes to cook, but not letters. So even though they met for me, during the occasions of the kumkum function, children. This is the function where the Hindus will perform. So during the time when they meet, they just discuss about the new dishes, how to have the rangolis or the mugulus in front of the home. Just all. That's all. But not letters. They did not discuss any time about the letters. The housewife was disappointed and grew more restless. Okay. So the intention of the housewife has been increased. Why? Because why the intention has been increased? No, nor his children also told the name of that lady. Now, the urge to know her own name somehow or the other grew stronger in her. So the urge, the intention, or we can tell the desire. Okay, URGE. Urge. The meaning of urge is nothing but desire. DESIRE. Desire, or we can call it as the wish. The wish of knowing her name was day by day increased, children. Now turn the page. If you go to the next paragraph. Now a neighbor came to invite her to a kumkum ceremony. So one of the occasion was occurred in neighbor's home. The neighbors have came to their home, to this housewife, this woman's home, and they began to invite her. The housewife asked her neighbor, hoping she at least would remember her name. Now she began to, this all answers we are getting, where we had the questions in our introduction part to children. For those questions we are getting the answers in this way. The housewife asked her neighbor, hoping she at least would remember her name. Okay, now she is putting the hope that her neighbor might have known her name. Okay, giggling, the lady said. Giggling is nothing but by laughing, the lady said, somehow or other I haven't asked your name, nor have you told me. Okay, so she began to laugh and giving the reply in such a way that I did not ask your name before, or else you did not tell me your name in the past days. Right hand side, white storied house, or there she is. That pharmaceutical company's manager's wife. If not that fair and tall lady, that's how we refer to you. That's all. Okay, whenever we are pointing to our neighbor's home, just we will call the two-storied building woman. Okay, or besides woman, or our neighbor woman will call, or else we will call according to the profession. Suppose her husband was a doctor, means the doctor's wife, that engineer's wife, that carpenter's wife. In that way she used to call. That's all. Okay, children. Now, if not, that fair and tall lady, that means or else we used to call by seeing her personality also. If she is a very beautiful, that beautiful lady, the tall lady, that black lady, in that way we used to call. That's all. That's all that the other housewife could say. Okay, so even though when our neighbors, when we are making the conversation ourselves only, the neighbor is telling that when we are making the conversation ourselves, when we used to call you, we used to call with your physical appearances also. It's no use. After asking for the neighbors also, she thought that, the housewife thought that it's no use. What can even my children's friends say? Okay, what can even my children's friends? That means their children's friends automatically they'll call aunt. Yes or no? Aunt or friend's mother. In that way they used to call. They know me only as a Kamala's mother or some aunt. Now my respected husband is the only hope. If anyone remembers it, it is only he. So she had only one hope. What is that? Before that hope, she is telling that my friends' children might have known. If they known also, they just to call me as the friend's mother, Kamala's mother. Kamala is the name of the daughter of this housewife. Okay, Kamala's mother or some aunt. Okay, so she has lost her hope. Only one hope she had. What is that hope means? She wanted to ask the question, raise a question to her husband only to know her identity, children. So this is the part 1, children. This is the part 1 of this lesson. What is my name? Hope everybody have understood this part 1, children. In the upcoming class, upcoming session, we will be continuing with the part 2, children, right? So everybody should have to go through this lesson, part 1, understand it carefully. Okay, later in the next video, you should have to see the part 2, children. Till then, keep watching video. Bye to everybody.